The Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League is proudly brought to you by Hockey New Zealand in association with Sentinel Homes, Vantage Windows and Doors, Computer Concepts Limited, Sky Sport, your home for hockey, and Sport New Zealand. The Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League, live.
Well, hello and welcome to Hamilton and the Gallagher Hockey Centre for coverage of the 2020 Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League. It's a pleasure to be with you once again as we look at the home of Waikato hockey and a good little crowd that's built up for what will be an exciting men's competition with two games on the agenda for today. Yes, hello everybody, Glenn Lama here, and we've got a match coming up in just a moment between the Northern Tridents and the Hauraki Mavericks. And joining me in the commentary today, Lincoln Churchill. Lincoln, great to have you here. And we've got an exciting 4 teams, best of New Zealand's talent. Lot to look forward to over the next few weeks.
Yeah, good evening, Glenn. I certainly will be. Obviously the first time this format's taken place in the country, so effectively like a north-south setup, but just divided once again. So yeah, it's definitely concentrates the talent from what used to be an 8-team format. So everyone, you can be rest assured that everyone that's playing here tonight deserves to be on the pitch at this level.
Certainly, and we have the same kind of split of the country as we did for the women's last week. So the Northern Tridents, if you missed last week's game, basically encompass Northland, North Harbour and Auckland as well. The Hauraki Mavericks, Auckland, all the way down to Taupo. So we've got players from Bay of Plenty, Waikato in their team as well. Then we have the Central Falcons playing the Southern Alpiners later today. Southern Alpiners, all of the South Island, and the Central Falcons are from Hawke's Bay to Taranaki, right the way down and including Wellington. So we've got the best of the Black Sticks players, and let's have a look at the Northern Tridents lineup here. 5 Black Sticks players playing in their lineup today. Number 7, Xavier Gray. Number 10, George Muir, who's their captain. Steve Edwards, number 17, King Kingston, number 19, and Kieran O'Connor, number 20 rather. 2 others could have played today, Corey Bennett and Richard Joyce, but they're not available for this clash today. This team, Lincoln, based around the North Harbour team, this very successful North Harbour team, which have won 2 of the last 3 NHL titles. So it'll be interesting to see how they go.
Yeah, certainly will be. I mean, yeah, very strong hockey region, North Harbour. Without Joycey and Corey Bennett, that's probably 2 of the kingpins from that area, so that will certainly weaken them a little bit. But still a pretty good-looking hockey side they're going to put out on the pitch today.
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll see Corey Bennett and Richard Joyce coming up in future games. Here are the Hauraki Mavericks. Orange and black, of course, is their colours. And they're a slightly stronger team. They've got 8 Black Sticks players. Leon Hayward, number 1. Jared Panchia, number 3. Aidan Sarakaya, number 4. Matt Rees-Gibbs, number 7. Marcus Child and Simon Child are playing in this contest today. 2 other Panchia brothers, including Aaron Panchia. And the captain is number 15 today, Nick Woods. All of those players playing for the Black Sticks. A couple others unavailable in this Mavericks team today, Cam Hayden, John T. Keeney. So again, pretty strong kind of lineup here. In all, Lincoln, we have 13 Black Sticks players playing in this match today.
Yep, certainly no shortage of talent. Going to be on display tonight, so I guess it'll just be interesting to see. These guys will be a wee bit of time since they've played in a match, so there could be a little bit of dust to blow out of the system, but you would certainly hope that we'll see some of that quality starting to shine through as the match wears on.
The umpires, we just got a glimpse of them. Lee Erskine and Bevan Nicol are the umpires for today's clash. So there we are, Lee Erskine and Bevan Nicol in control of this contest today. So here are the Northern Tridents. Touched on some of the key players coming out here. Xavier Gray, number 7, New Zealand Under-21 Player of the Year, one of the most promising players that we've produced in a long time. George Muir, number 10, he's played 141 games for New Zealand, he's the captain. A couple other key players, Steve Edwards, number 17, 220 games, 23 goals for New Zealand. Kim Kingston, who's played 19 games for New Zealand since debuting in 2016. He's wearing number 19. As I touched on earlier, Kieran O'Connor is another player who will be coming out to play, who has played for the Black Sticks. He is number 20 and is one of the strikers of this team. He's just about to come onto the field now, being introduced to the crowd here. There is Kieran O'Connor, the last player on the pitch, Matthew Simons, three-time NHL winner, who's played professionally in the UK. So there is the Northern Tridents. In all, 10 North Harbour players in this squad today, out of the 18 that will be playing. So here are the Hauraki Mavericks: Leon Haywood, the Black Sticks goalkeeper, Australian-born player. Jared Panchia, 134 games for New Zealand, attacking midfielder. Good blend of experience and youth in this side. And of course the Child brothers are going to be key. Marcus Child, number 10, the attacking midfielder, 171 games. Of course Simon Child, 284 games, one of the most capped Black Sticks players of all time. And Aaron Panchia alongside him as well, another one who's just played, well, he's played 3 more games than Simon Child. So between them, almost 600 games of international hockey. That's staggering, Lincoln, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. There's oodles of talent in this Hauraki team.
Last couple of players on: Campbell McLean, number 19, and Daniel Panchia, the third Panchia brother, is wearing number 20.
Yep, you've got a 50% chance with the names on that team sheet. You've got 3 Panchias and 2 Childs in there, so you only need to remember a couple of names and you're halfway there.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. So the 2 captains, as I touched on, Nick Woods, number 15. Here he is, a 25-year-old. He himself has played over 128 games. We'll be back with the start of the match in just a moment.
A new home is one of life's great adventures. Sentinel will help you enjoy the journey. Sentinel Homes. Design, build, enjoy.
How about that? Shake, rattle, and roll.
All set for a start here with the Hauraki Mavericks and the Northern Tridents. Going to be the Mavericks underway in the men's competition, the 2020 Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League. Looking forward to seeing a good keen contest between these two teams.
Yeah, good to see just immediately some forward intent from the Mavericks off the hit-off. A lot of teams tend to just knock the ball back and start throwing it around, but straight off the bat they're going forwards and trying to get things moving.
And here come the Mavericks through Su Chun. Into the circle they come, and there's a goal straight away. Wow! Inside the first minute, the Hauraki Mavericks cook with gas and end up putting one in, and it's 1-0 already.
Yeah, I think it was Isaac Shah on the far post with the touch there. And that's how you want to start. The hometown heroes scoring in the first minute, a fantastic ball. Oh, actually, it might have come off the defender, actually, so I think that'll be credited to Jacob Sachun.
Well,
local boy Jacob Sachun, schooling just down the road here at Hamilton Boys.
yes, indeed. So what a start for the Mavericks. Barely a minute gone. And the Tridents already under pressure.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate for the Tridents. I mean, they sort of did what you'd ask the defence to do, try and force the man to take a shot from out wide. I'm not even sure it was a shot. I think it was more across to the far post, but just it looked like a little bit of miscommunication perhaps there between keeper and defender, and the ball managed to deflect off one of them into the goal.
So Muir comes forward now for the Tridents, the captain today for the Northern Tridents. And I think they'll just want the ball on the sticks just to get settled. Playing that one forward was Lala. Now the Mavericks can take it quickly, but in fact it's gone against the Mavericks. And it's going to be Trident's ball, and they're not mucking around. That's a good run. Can't stay in the field of play, though. Yes. Mavericks ball.
Simon Child just taking a little bit too much liberty as to where that free hit was actually from. Normally umpires tend to just make you bring it back to the spot, but that time he felt like he was maybe being a bit too cheeky, so turned the free hit around. Sarah Kaya tries to get bullied off the ball, but good strength from him.
Yes, very good indeed. And now Simon Child. Two players up front, waiting there, Iswa and also Suchun. So they're going to have to watch their defence, the Northern Tridents, in this contest.
Yeah, one of the challenges for these teams that have been put together is that they don't always have players in the right positions for making a lineup. So the Mavericks team, for example, almost doesn't have a striker in their entire group. So, I mean, Simon Child, of course, historically a striker, but tends to apply his trade in the midfield these days.
Woods in possession. Just happy knocking it around the back at the moment. Aaron Panchia. Three Panchias on the pitch at the moment. Free hit given to the Mavericks. There's Woods over the ball here.
Woods is one guy who won't be too short of hockey. He's just recently come back from playing professionally in Germany.
Yes, what a frustrating time it's been for all our Premier Hockey players. Thanks to COVID and, of course, all our sports people, Lincoln. Been a frustrating year, but we're getting some action, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, we're just fortunate that we live in a place that allows this to happen. So, it's, oh dear, that's a
risky ball.
Risky ball that Child fails to cut out there. He'd be a little bit disappointed about that.
Here's a nice run into the centre. Here's a chance for an equaliser. Haywood in there doing his best to keep it out. And he's done just that. Close call there for the Mavericks. Nice attack down the right.
Yeah, it was Kieran O'Connor there. Did very, very well. Used his body very nicely just to get on the outside of the toy and get himself along the baseline into a very dangerous area. But good goalkeeping from Haywood to keep that out.
Well, really pressure on the defence, and they did really well. And now the Tridents come forward again. Edwards knocks it at the back, and now good pressing defence here at Lincoln. Tridents struggling to get the ball forward at the moment. And now go long this time, but Dutoy cuts it out nicely, and he still has it.
Yeah, good win by Garrick Toy there. Read that pass really nicely.
Such cool heads at the back here with Panchir and Woods for the Mavericks. Now Neild.
Yeah, Dean Cousins will certainly be licking his lips with the back group he's got to work with.
This is Neild again. He's lost the ball. And now Mavericks dominating possession. It feels it at the moment. Now Dutoy in space on this left side. There's Reece Gibbs ahead of him on the left. That's his target. And here's Reece Gibbs coming into the circle.
Yeah, it's a good pick up by Reece Gibbs, but a good tackle there on Xavier Guy.
Here's Woods again. They look keen and hungry, the Mavericks. Remember, they lead 1-0 after the goal inside the first couple of minutes. Pressuring the Mavericks defence is Houston up front at the moment. And now the Tridents can take it quickly, and here's a chance for them. Coming forward here is Edwards. Edwards into the circle, knocks it across to Kingston. And it's high, wide and handsome and out of the ground for 6.
Yeah, good touch by Dutoy. It's an interesting little bit of play there. So it was an unfortunate error by Cam McLean. And then interesting that Simon Child had a free hit turned against him earlier in the game for taking a ball off the spot. It didn't even look like Steve Edwards took that free hit. The ball was very much still rolling forwards, well off from where the infringement was. But
it's gone off a Trident's stick. And it's going to be Mavericks' ball. So Tridents have the ball, and this is Curley. Marcus Curley. His experience. He's out of the Roskill Eden Club, and now Reece Gibbs again. In fact, rather, this is Guy coming forward. Very promising player. And now the Mavericks. Good burst into the circle here. Nicely cut out by Woods, and a good pass. Wyndham Smith couldn't get the wheels going to get that one. Mind you, I don't think Usain Bolt would have got that one.
yeah, it was a little bit too far out in front of him. There's a right idea from the Mavericks there, just trying to set a good clear target out of defence so they can try and break quickly, but just not quite getting the execution right. Good strength by Marcus Child there to win that ball.
Just had confirmation it was Marcus Child that got the first goal. And here come the Mavericks again. And now Wyndham Smith into the circle. And they'll get to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, I think we might be taking that goal to the dubious goals committee. I don't think Marcus Child was even in the circle when that goal was scored, well, but we'll get it reviewed later.
Yes, we will. Well, Woods wastes that one, and it's going to be Trident's ball, but it's a good, keen start to the contest here, Lincoln. Very good. Good pace.
Yeah, certainly some good energy.
The Tridents come forward through Simons, but he's hustled off the ball, and Nick Woods playing a little higher at the moment. Nice touch. This is Marcus Child. He's lost the ball. Tridents. There's Mavericks defenders just crowding that Tridents player. And now they come forward again.
There's Kim Kingston there, I think. Did a good job keeping hold of the pill under a bit of pressure. Yeah, one of the things that will help the tempo of tonight's games is it not being 25 degrees Celsius, which it might be on Saturday and Sunday. So
yeah, it's actually perfect conditions at the moment, isn't it? As Simon Childs comes forward, he's pressured, Child, but in fact he gives away the free hit. Yeah, that wind is still like, it's very similar to the women's games, actually. Folks, if you're just watching, the wind is coming across the field from the west, but really, it's pretty decent conditions, not too hot. Muir's lost it. And Woods is on it. Plenty of touches for him in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's happened an awful lot in this game so far, that ball into the midfielder who's just clean mistrapped it. Both sides have been guilty of that. couple of occasions each, and they're pretty critical ones to get wrong sometimes. Really bad area of the field to turn the ball over.
So here's Daniel Panchia. Now Aaron. Jared. Panchia to Panchia to Panchia. That's probably happened a few times. And it just happened again, except in reverse.
It's good to see it happening.
Yeah.
Be really confusing for the guy trying to code the game. He's got 3 punchier buttons all sitting next to each other, working out which one's which.
The dominating position at the moment now. Woods flicks it through to Detoy, switched over to the right now, and a target downfield is Izwa. Good little burst into the circle here. Hanover chance for a penalty corner, chance for a goal. Simon Child, it's 2-0.
A fantastic bit of play. Schwa did very, very well to find Woods, and Woods likewise. Fantastic strength on the ball.
Well, Simon Child knows how to put the ball in to the goal, doesn't he? Nice surge into the area, and Simon Child, he's not going to miss that.
He's certainly not. I mean, it looked like when it was a pretty easy tap-in, of course, but it's, I mean, you don't play, he's played about 700 games in national hockey, and you just saw him just hold his movement as he ran in towards the goal there, just to make sure he didn't get himself too close to the keeper. Just all his experience, just getting to get himself into that right position to make that a very easy pass for Woods to complete.
Well, Simon Child, 124 goals he scored for New Zealand, in fact, in 284 games. Not a bad strike rate, that.
Yeah, slightly less than the 700 I thought it might have been, but yes.
Well, you know, when you got getting up those numbers anyway, Link, it doesn't really matter, does it?
It does, and he actually spent a good part of the last, he spent about 4 years or 5 years injured, so, you know, it could have been a lot more games.
Now this is Guy. This is the safety of Lala. Now Simons.
Mavericks just happy to sit back here and let the Tridents have the ball.
Yeah, a lot of players. In fact, every player in the half, their defensive area now. The Tridents come forward through Edwards. Nice
Good play.
Pass back to Edwards. Chance for Edwards in the circle. Good desperation from him. Did that nudge a foot? The umpires didn't see it. And Woods was able to clear.
Good little injection of skill from Steve Edwards there. He himself has played over 200 games for New Zealand. Very, very fast hands, very skillful player.
Well, the Tridents rocked back early in this game. It's the Mavericks dominating on the scoreboard with 2 goals to Suchun and to Simon Child. Lala goes aerial. That will elude everyone. And it's going to be Mavericks' ball. Woods again.
Yeah, it's been a little bit for Bryce Collins to think about, the Tridents coach, from this quarter. His side just struggling a little bit with the tempo of this match. Caught out a couple of times, and here they are getting potentially caught out again, or that ball just drifting over the sideline.
Yes, indeed, and the Tridents come forward again. Yes, well done to the coaches. Bryce Collins coaching the Tridents, and Dean Cousins, the Mavericks coach. He'll be pretty happy with the way his team's raced out of the blocks in this contest. Lala again at the back. Keen to get it down, and the ricochet falls nicely for Simons.
Unlucky, Tim, unlucky. Good stuff, Max. Well done, mate. Just keep that guy moving up there, Matt. Yeah.
Woods and Panchia at the back once again. See, they're running the show, aren't they? Sort of touch there from Sarakaya, but it's back in the possession of the Tridents.
Oh.
Nice bit of skill there, and a lovely pass.
It was well done by Charles. There's a good little bit of pressure there worth a crack there from Max Wyndham-Smith, but handled it very well.
Well, the quarter hooter has sounded, and it is 2-0 to the Mavericks. A lot of stuff from them. And they have looked very slick in this first quarter.
Yeah, they're certainly coming out of the blocks pretty nicely. As you mentioned earlier, Cousins will be very happy with the way they've started that quarter. They've looked assured on the ball. They've only really had that 1 or 2 moments where they've been a little bit shaky defensively.
Let's have a look at the goals again. And this was inside the first minute. And that touch has been credited.
That's Ishwar on the far post.
So it's Ishwar.
Yeah.
So who's got the goal there? Who do you reckon got the goal? Let's have a look at the second goal. No doubt about who got that one. And it is Simon Child. But Ishwar might have got a touch there.
Yeah, it might have been Ishwar. It didn't look like he knew much about it. So if it did touch his stick... but mind you, I mean, he's in the right position. That's where you want your players to be. They stick on the ground on the far post, and that kind of creates the pressure which forces the defender and the keeper to have to play at it. And I mean, I think to me it looked like it went off the defender into the goal. Yeah,
so Sue Chun, who crossed it, is going to get the goal. But Dean Cousins, coaching this team, one of the real legends of New Zealand men's hockey. He played over 300 games for New Zealand himself, went to the Olympics twice as a player. And he'll be very happy with the way his team started here.
Yeah, it's a pretty star-studded management staff, actually. You've got Hugh Biss, a former New Zealand goalkeeper. He's handing out the lollies there as the manager of the Mavericks.
Well, what do you reckon about what Bryce Collins should be emphasising right now to his team, Lincoln?
Well, I think for them, the first thing is they get a little bit better organised defensively. Their press has been, they've really struggled to really get any pressure on the Mavericks when they've been outletting the ball. So as a result, most of the game's been in their own half.
Oh, second quarter underway. Don't forget at 7 o'clock, we've got the second contest of our doubleheader today in this match day 1 of the men's Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League. We've got the Central Falcons up against the Southern Alpiners on the menu as well. And now the Tridents come through here, through O'Connor, crosses it in. Here's a chance, penalty corner, first of the game.
Xavier Fraser didn't like it, but of course no reviews available. So they'll just have to accept the decision. So one player has looked very good for the Tridents in that first quarter is Kieran O'Connor, and again it was him there making the break, putting a threatening ball across into the circle. And more of their players displaying some of that.
Kieran O'Connor wearing number 20 for the Tridents. So they set up this penalty corner. It's going to be Xavier Guy to take it.
Trying to work out what they're doing here. Without Corey Bennett in their lineup today, they are very thin on penalty corner options. So let's see what they come up with here.
All right, here it is, O'Connor, and it's saved by the keeper. And it's going to be cleared by the Mavericks. Kind of. The Tridents ball still.
Yep, it's pretty easy meat and drink.
Now, where's that ricochet? Chance for another crack at the goal, that time from George Muir.
Leon Hayward there. And make the save off the corner.
So will be Trident's ball. The last stick to touch it before it went out was from a Mavericks player. Guy knocks it back to Mitch Haid, and now Lala. It's Haid, one of the North Harbour players in the side. Tries to find his North Harbour captain, George Muir. Umpire doesn't like Muir's play there, so it's going to be a free hit to the Mavericks.
Yeah, the rule being there, if the ball's put up towards 2 players, then the team that put it up have got to make sure they back away. You can't have 2 players underneath an overhead like that. So the fact that George Muir was still standing next to Aidan Serakaya as he controlled it, as soon as he'd done that, basically made it an infringement.
Woods. Aaron Panchia.
Very strong tackle. He
They take it quickly.
Xavier Guy with his arms out as to say what was that for, but when you make that much contact, I think there's too many questions that it's a free hit.
Here's Padgett knocking it back. Now Woods. More pressure coming on the player in possession from the Tridents. Now, Jared, Panchir, back to Woods again.
See the Tridents just trying to get a little more pressure on the Mavericks back four here. There's a nice bit of fluidity here from the Mavericks, and they're just able to cause some problems here.
Simon Child drops back into the field to play a bit more. Now the Mavericks look like they're making ground upfield. Woods, Child, will he crash this in? Here's the answer, and they'll keep possession.
Yeah, really nice sequence of passing there from the Mavericks. Just strung together a dozen plus passes there.
Child, nice touch, deflected, and it's going to be the Tridents that come away. That could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, well umpired by Bevan Nicol. There was maybe a temptation to blow the whistle there, but he just assessed the danger and decided there wasn't much of it, which I think was the right call. Tridents, even though the ball was lifted, controlled it and safely got rid of it.
Guy now. Let's get play going again. And they're trying to win it for the Tridents was Green Tree. That has been taken by Kingston. Now the two number 19s come together. McLean's got it. And now there's a bit of space for the Mavericks. They're coming forward here through Sarakaya. Oh, poor pass though. Would have wanted something a bit more meaningful out of that.
In between the two men there.
Nice ricochet to Kingston. Muir's the target.
And then just Aaron Panchir puts his hands up. It's just it's sort of like, I'm not quite sure he knew which way to blow his whistle, so he just didn't blow it.
Well, Muir was appealing for it as well too, wasn't he?
Yeah, they can be a bit contentious, those, because in theory, you know, if you know who was there first, because if someone's clearly there first, then it's the other person's job to back away. But if you're both kind of either side of the ball, it can be a bit of a 50-50 really. That's why I think there was no decision made.
2-0 to score. If you're just joining us, hope you're enjoying the coverage. Jacob Suchun and Simon Child, the goal scorers for the Mavericks in the first quarter. And now coming forward is Rhys Gibbs. Tries to turn, but he's lost the ball, and away comes George Muir. He's a bit of a lone soldier over there.
Yeah, it's Kingston again with that tackle on Rhys Gibbs. He's done some good defensive work in Kingston. He's won a lot of ball back tackling through that zone.
He's been very busy, hasn't he? Now Muir brings this one to the carpet. His cross wasn't quite accurate enough, easily cut out by the Mavericks, but the Tridents enjoying a bit of territory.
Kim Kingston, of course, one of the Auckland players who has been made to go that way over the bridge in the team lineups. Most of the Auckland players in the Mavericks team, but a few of them have been pushed the Tridents' way, and he's one. Sam Houston out here in front of us, another.
Woods again. It just seems to be a nice measure of control, doesn't there? Mr. Toy has it now.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things is that, I mean, obviously they've played a bit of hockey, these guys, but very good basic skills. So it just means that their first touch always goes where they want it to go. They've got the ball under control, so they never really get too rattled as they shift that ball around the back.
Now, here come the Mavericks again. No, free hit goes to the Tridents.
Another of those situations. Muir again, the man getting underneath it. He's trying to find his way on the end of those overheads, but finding himself too close to the defenders.
Sarakaya couldn't get onto that one from Tim Neal. It's bounced up and hit to Toy, so it's going to be Trident's ball.
Simon's trying to get on with it quickly. Can't find a pass, but Haid will.
Now Connor. He's luckily had it rise up onto his shin. So Gareth Dutoy gets play underway again. Down it goes from Daniel Panchia. And it's just clipped the stick of a Tridents player.
Just clips Lala's stick there. And got Bevan Nicol doesn't like something here. He's oh no, he feels like he's just correcting a decision maybe that came off a Mavericks player, but
so the Tridents do get the ball and have the chance to build from the back again.
This is where the Tridents just having a little bit of problems. Mavericks just holding back, allowing them to have the ball, but they're just struggling to really create anything. Not much really going on for them here.
Lala.
So the Mavericks defence is very, very comfortable sitting in front of this.
So downfield comes Greentree, but he's lost it. Now the Mavericks can turn defence into attack. Good half dozen Tridents players, though, back there at the moment, and that's a good, clean win there for Guy.
Yeah, Hauraki just sort of ran away from support there a little bit and got himself a little bit isolated.
Tridents come through the centre, nicely controlled by Capizzi. Still has it. He's pressured by two Mavericks players. Now Haid, and they're forced to set it up from the back again. It's Guy. Brings it under control finally to Lala. Just under 6 to play until half time. No goals in this quarter so far. Xavier Guy. Nicely controlled by Kingston. It's the same again, isn't it, Lincoln? They're just holding off, aren't they, the Mavericks? And the Tridents.
Yeah, I don't
need
think
to do a bit more.
I don't think Cousins will change this because the Tridents are really struggling to generate much against the half-court defence at the moment. So they make a few passes, but they don't really go anywhere.
Now they go long, and that's been lost.
And that's perfect from the Mavericks perspective. Just forcing a difficult pass down the sideline that was tough to pick up, and they've won the ball back.
Oh, here's a chance. Now this can be controlled. Dutoy comes in to save the day. It could have been a bit dicey.
He pounced onto that like a leopard, Dutoy. He saw the danger and gobbled it up very quickly.
Now the Mavericks play it forward to Child. That's Marcus Child. Good, nice accurate pass. Tight pass to Iswar, and this is
Very
looking
lovely.
better. There's an open player. Keeper's out. And he did a good job to shut down the angle there on Suchun.
Yeah, really nice from the Mavericks there. Two very quick passes. Marcus Child receiving in the midfield and then able to connect immediately with a striker. So very, very tough for the Tridents to organise their defence with the ball moving forward so quickly.
Well, Angus Griffin is the keeper for the Tridents at the moment, the New Zealand under-19s keeper from a couple of years ago. And now they have the ball again, the Tridents, the team in blue, but they trail 2-0.
Yeah, that sunshine now just Gallagher Hockey Centre basking in the Hamilton sunshine here.
We're not complaining though, are we, Lincoln?
That's not too bad up here.
It's very nice. Wait till that wind gets up a little later. You might not be so positive then, as McLean gives it to Toy. To Woods.
Well, at least it's not foggy. That's more than a very high possibility here in Hamilton.
Aaron Panchia. Now to Daniel Panchia, now Dutoy occupying this left back position at the moment. Now they come forward down the right. Daniel Panchia trying to keep the ball. And they're happy to knock it back again, and Team's in control at the moment. Now that stick was a timely one, and away come the Tridents on the break here. This is Mortimer, Liam Mortimer. Oh, just couldn't be grabbed by Sam Houston. And a potential attacking opportunity just goes astray again for the Tridents.
Yeah, they'll be wanting to get more out of those. Like, it was a pretty good opportunity there, and just the ball just sails harmlessly over the baseline. They've been sort of feeding off the scraps in this first half of the Tridents, but those are the sort of things you need to turn into something to try and start getting your teeth back into this game.
Now Muir trying to spark something, but again, the Mavericks get back in numbers to defend that one. It's Tim Neal this time, and now there's an opportunity here. Oh, nice, timely defensive stick from Xavier Guy. Taken quickly by the Mavericks. And it's Guy again coming forward, but he's still got possession. .90 seconds left in this first half. Pass into the circle. Well, it's been taken again by Daniel Panchia.
Did well there, Panchia. I thought it might have come off his foot, but
It did look like it, didn't it?
But we certainly would have known about it, because a whole range of Tridents players would have gone up there asking for the call.
Daniel Panchia again, and that's ricocheted out. So Mavericks will still have possession. Been a very tidy first half from them. There's Aaron Panchia.
Yeah, the Tridents have certainly attempted to apply a lot more pressure on the back group than the Mavericks have against them. Generally speaking, the Mavericks have handled that pretty well.
Well, there's one more chance here perhaps for the Tridents in this first half as we tick inside 30 seconds. Xavier Guy. This is Kingston. Back to Guy. Haid.
Looks like they're just going to wind the clock out here, the Tridents.
aren't
Not
they?
really trying to get the ball up towards the circle here.
Maybe just lacking a touch of confidence to give it a crack. That's Muir holds it back. But the time is against them. Just as something looked like it might have been building for the Northern Tridents, not to be. And that is half time here at Waikato Hockey Centre, Gallagher Hockey Centre. And it is 2-0 to the Hauraki Mavericks. So the goals, both goals coming in the first quarter to Jacob Suchun, the 19-year-old New Zealand under-18s player. That came inside the first 2 minutes. And the second goal to Simon Child, one of the more experienced players in the game today. So we'll be having a look at the first half highlights, getting some reaction for you very shortly.
A new home is one of life's great adventures. Sentinel will help you enjoy the journey. Sentinel Homes. Design, build, enjoy.
Introducing the new Ford Escape ST Line X. Packed with the latest features so you can get moving, do more and go further. Now available with the Ford Assured Future Value Finance offer. Simply pick your payment plan and at the end of the term, choose if you want to keep your Ford Escape, return your Ford Escape or upgrade to a new Ford. Easy. Ford. Bring on tomorrow.
So, Egypt. Exciting.
It's been my lifelong dream to see the sunrise over the pyramids. Oh, it's silly, really.
Not at all. The room. It must be 502.
We need our parents to be more supportive
so we can go out there and have some fun.
We're on a mission to find some of our most famous sport parents.
To give our parents some helpful advice.
So do you think you'll be able to help us out?
Absolutely. When I played sport, it was all about having fun.
Talk about the effort they win and not about the fact that they won the game.
Try and encourage our kids to get involved in as many sports as possible.
We want to build kind, strong, resilient athletes.
They see and watch your behaviour all the time. They see everything.
You know, don't pressurise them and trying to make them improve too quickly.
Kids coming in with a lot of overtraining injuries.
They're not supposed to know how to have the winning mindset at the age of 12.
If they come off that field or come off that court with a smile on their face, then I'm a happy man.
We came up with 10 golden rules for being an awesome sport parent.
To check them out, go to besportive.kiwi.
Well, welcome back to the Gallagher Hockey Centre here in Hamilton. It's 2-0 to the Hauraki Mavericks over the Northern Tridents in the first of the men's games. And let's get some halftime reaction now from the coach of the Hauraki Mavericks. That's Dean Cousins.
Yeah, g'day Dean. You'll be 2-0 after the first 15 minutes. You take that? I would certainly take that. Yep, very happy with so you know the scoreboard's good, and I think the guys are playing some really good hockey for not having played so much recently. So yeah, pleasing start. Yeah, certainly. There's a little bit of rust in the system from the boys, but you expect that to kind of start to get things back together again in the second half. Yeah, I think so, but then probably the engines might start running out of a bit of gas. So, I certainly think that the more we play together will be helpful in terms of our structure and our routines and what have you. But I think there's going to continue to be a few skill errors from both teams, and that's kind of normal and natural. Yeah, we'll look pretty good for the first half anyway. Good luck for the rest. Good, mate. Thanks.
Here we are, Dean Cousins. 318 games for New Zealand, two-time Olympian. Doesn't get much more experience than him when it comes to knowledge on the hockey pitch. Of course, retired after the 2014 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Let's have a look at the two goals that have been scored. Here is the first of them. This one's been credited to number 5, Jacob Suchun, who actually crossed the ball in there. He actually deflected in off a defender. So Suchun here, the 19-year-old, plenty of pace. And his reversed across there is the goal for the Hauraki Mavericks. So they led 1-0, and that was inside 2 minutes. Then the second goal. And a good surge into the area. See who's lurking there, number 17, Simon Child. And that added a second goal also in the first quarter. Simon Child himself, who's played 284 games for New Zealand and 142 goals for New Zealand. Right, let's get the thoughts from Bryce Collins now, the coach of the Northern Tridents.
Tridents coach Bryce Collins. A few instructions to lay down there at half-time.
Yeah, lots of positives. I thought we were creating enough, just didn't get the finish. So lots on ball going pretty well. Off ball, we just got to put a bit more pressure on, particularly in their midfield. So we spoke about that, getting pressure on the ball and making it a little bit harder for them.
Yeah, cool. You'd be pleased with the response after going 1-0 down in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's never a great start, but the guys are, they're resilient, so they bounce back, and we've had our share of the ball. So we're optimistic about the second half.
Yeah, well, good luck for it.
Thank you.
There we are, Bryce Collins, himself a former Black Sticks player and the current assistant coach of the men's Black Sticks team. So there we are, 2-0. Don't forget, here in Hamilton, we have another game to come in around, let's have a look here, an hour and 10 minutes, 7 o'clock tonight. We have the Central Falcons up against the Southern Alpiners. So for the next 2 to 3 days, it's all about the men's. Of course, last week we had the first round of the women's competition, which was dominated by the Northern Tridents, who currently enjoy a nice little buffer at the top of the table. After the first round of matches, they currently have 10 competition points, 4 clear of the Central Falcons and the Hauraki Mavericks, with the Southern Alpiners trailing the field after losing all 3 of their games. So we will see if the Tridents can somehow fashion a comeback here. Not going to be easy against this very good Mavericks lineup with 8 current Black Sticks players in their lineup, and including 2 of the most capped Black Sticks players of all time. That's Simon Child and Aaron Panchia. So we're almost all set for the second half, quarter number 3. If you just join us, of course, the Northern Tridents in the blue. And they'll be playing to the southern end with the strong westerly breeze still blowing, but really with the sun out and it's not too hot. Could not have better conditions for elite men's hockey. Sentinel Homes 2020 Premier Hockey League. Remember, Vantage Black Sticks jumpers are up for grabs, and this could be a good start here for the Northern Tridents. Had one penalty corner opportunity in the first half.
It's like watching an action replay of the start of the game for the Mavericks in the first half.
Indeed, it was. The only thing they didn't do was put the ball in, but that would have been really strange.
Yeah, really good start off the hit-off. A very nice piece of play, catching the Mavericks out.
And here they come down this left-hand side again. So 2 or 3 Mavericks players, and somehow the Mavericks have come away with it. Now have their space in midfield here for Jared Panchia. And now a good burst down the left, into the circle. Jared Panchia continues his run. And it's going to be Mavericks ball. That's a good response, Lincoln. Very nice.
Yeah, nice break. Maybe that second to last pass, they just slowed the attack down a little bit. Like it was just, maybe just allow the Tridents to get back into it a little bit.
Hauraki played it in, but no touch. So it's going to be Tridents ball.
So slight change here for the Mavericks, putting pressure on the Tridents ball at the back. Right from the get-go.
Well, got to keep the opposition guessing. It's a big part of sport. Full stop. Creating uncertainty. That's good skills coming through there from Greentree. And now Tridents can't catch up with that one.
Nice bit of skill from Connor Greentree there.
Edwards working around the circle. Now, is that lifted up into the circle? Play on is the call. Coming close was Edwards. But good to see the Tridents with a couple of meaningful opportunities early in this third quarter.
Yeah, good intent from the Tridents there. And, you know, I mean, Steve Edwards is one of the only players in New Zealand who could score that kind of a goal that he was just about on the end of, dribbling through about 4 or 5 Mavericks players, and unluckily for him it just sailed harmlessly over the baseline.
Panchia to Simon Child. Nice pass. Fraser coming forward here. Simon Child. Nice control by Jared Panchia. And now good turn here from McLean. But he's lost the ball and Muir has it. There was a good hustle off the ball there from Muir.
That's one thing the Tridents have done quite well, is their strikers have come back and really hassled quite well.
Greentree's going to inbound this one.
Plenty of numbers back here for the Mavericks.
Heaps of numbers. Greentree takes it to the baseline. It's gone over the baseline. It'll be Mavericks ball. No panic at all in that Mavericks defence, is there? Hasn't been in the entire game. Lincoln.
Yeah, pretty calm. And the other thing really the thing for me that the Tridents have got to do better is that immediately when the Mavericks won that ball, they were able to find an outlet to a striker, get straight through the Tridents' press. I mean, the next pass was turned over, but it's only a matter of time before the Mavericks start sticking a couple of those passes and can break out quite easily.
Mitch Haid to take this one. Still trying to get it in on the edge of the circle, maybe pick up a penalty corner or something. But again, plenty of Mavericks numbers. And this time they cut it out successfully again. Here's Woods. Good pass. Look at the space here. Aerial now. I touched on Usain Bolt earlier. Usain Bolt with a turbo boost couldn't get that one.
Needed backspin on it.
Like your golf shots, Lincoln. Backspin every time, right?
Oh, only if it's rolled on the ground the whole way, so it's eventually gets a bit of backspin. Yeah, more of an exponent of the worm burner than a good backspinning 7-iron.
A lot of people are, aren't they? Well, a bit of a frenetic start to this third quarter with the Tridents enjoying a good 5 minutes of play here.
Yeah, well, Coach Bryce Collins mentioned that at half-time. He felt confident about the Tridents' chances in the second half. They just felt they needed to tidy a couple of little things up and they could be right back in this match. And well, that's what it has looked like a little bit so far.
Well, exactly. That pinch a goal, it's all that often takes to spark up a team. Now Woods still happy to just knock it around at the back. And the Tridents player attacks over there. Giving up the free hit. I think that might be Kingston over there.
Difficult to see in the sun on that far side.
Sure is.
Might be Robbie Capizzi over there.
Okay, Robbie Capizzi. Oh, nice turn. That's beautifully done by Tim Neild. Woods dribbles the ball up to the halfway. Good tackle from Lala. And now Muir. Greentree. Oh, it's going to go against him.
Good overhead from...
Wasn't it? But unfortunately wasn't controlled by Wyndham Smith. Tridents again, just happy to knock it back.
Very hard to tell Mitch Haid and Charles Ehrlich apart out there. They're both similar statures and both got those very bright pink shoes.
Well, that makes it easy, doesn't it? Yeah, Ulich, one saving grace, is playing on the left at the moment, just by Lala here, but Lala doesn't use him. And now Green Tree once again, and this is Mitchade. Good little flick pass there to Kingston.
Good little bit of getting out of trouble there from the Tridents, but then just not able to get anything to happen on the other side of it. The Mavericks sort of closed them down again and now forced the turnover.
Yeah, it was Fraser getting in there and winning the ball for the Mavericks. 7 to go in this third quarter. Nice play from Fraser.
The Mavericks just asking a few more questions here of the Tridents when they outlet the ball. So they've just got guys popping up in different areas, making it a bit more difficult for them to defend.
Panchir with the big ball down there to Curley, but Malcolm Curley, a 19-year-old from the counties area, plays for Roskilde Eden, couldn't control that one.
It's a tough one to pick up,
wasn't it? But it's good to see the mix again. We saw this in the women's last week, Lincoln. You know, we not only we have our elite Black Sticks players playing, but a lot of under-21 development squad players playing today. Of course, Vantage Black Sticks positions, as I touched on earlier, up for grabs at the end of this Premier League with a national squad to be selected. And, of course, that's a key selection with the Olympic Games on next year.
Yeah, certainly is. Lots to play for. Yeah, certainly it's... Oh, dear, that one's not gone where he wanted it to go.
Now, into the circle. There's a chance. It's gone wide.
George Muir looks to the sky because he knows he should have probably connected with that a bit better.
Well, opportunities have been few and far between for the team in blue. Well, goal now would be like gold as Marcus Child brings it forward. And now, well, Woods isn't going to get that one, but luckily he's got some insurance over on that left-hand side, so he gets another crack. That's a good pass. Nicely played forward by McLean. And now to Toy. Simon Child. Toy had Marcus Child with him, but again, Mavericks just happy to knock around. Maybe, I wouldn't say sitting on this 2-0 lead at the moment, but just happy to soak up some time before maybe pulling the trigger like Fraser was trying to do then.
Yeah, it's really just good patient play from the Mavericks. Just looking for their opportunity. Move the ball enough to catch the Tridents out. No need for them to force things here. The 2-goal buffer.
To Toy, into the circle, and that's come off the foot there. One of the Mavericks players, so it will be Tridents' ball. Shea Iswar up front, it came off him. Coming back in field was O'Connor. Oh, Fraser almost got away from him.
He made a bit of a meal of that, but he's recovered somewhat.
He's trapped in the corner maybe. I like your comment about O'Connor earlier, Lincoln. It looks like he's got plenty of enthusiasm and pace up front for the Tridents.
Even just the way he received that ball, he's just taken a really nice first touch to break infield and set himself up to make a penetrating pass. And he certainly looked a class act today, Kieran O'Connor.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing him. He's played perhaps more for New Zealand. He's played 7 games. He's wearing 20 for the Tridents. Debuted in 2018. Now the Mavericks get out of this one. How did they get out of that?
Good bit of skill.
Yeah, good breakdown field. This is Suchun. Oh, good stick from Lala. It's back to the Toy. And Woods plays it into the circle. Oh, Child's had it dispossessed by Edwards. That's a pretty decent play from Steve Edwards. But Woods gets it back.
pass.
Great pass and beautiful control here. Here's a shot on goal, saved by the keeper. And it's going to be Trident's ball. An excellent stop there from Bezaden Note.
Punch, you had a long time to wind up on that reverse stick shot, and you could just see him trying to pick his spot. And sort of unlucky for him, but Bezaden Note just looked to be a little bit on the line of the shot directly where he took it. He was actually a little bit out of position, and the ball just cannoned straight into him.
Yeah, the Tridents attacking. Mortimer. Still just the one penalty corner in the game so far. With 2 to play until the end of the third quarter. The penalty corner coming to the Tridents. Mavericks haven't even had one.
Yeah, it's certainly one thing that's probably let this match down a little bit. It's just been the moments of quality, and moments of quality you need when you're attacking to turn an attack into something. Get either a shot on goal or a penalty corner out of it.
Oh, that's a great one there from Suchun.
But as was mentioned in the halftime talks with the coaches, you would expect that a little bit when you've asking guys to come out and play at this tempo when they haven't done so in quite some time.
Well, I think we did see, I think, an improvement in the quality of the women's games last week as we went through the first round. So let's see if that trend continues here. And away comes Liam Mortimer again. And again, the edge circle defence has been very good for the Mavericks. And again, it's a free hit to them.
Yeah, generally speaking, they've defended pretty well, the Mavericks. And allowed the Tridents much in the way of chances.
Inside the last minute of the third quarter. So both goals, remember, coming in the first quarter. Edwards trying to pressure the Mavericks into a mistake, and it's gone off Woods, and Edwards will want to take this quickly. No, he doesn't get the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, this game's set up quite well for the last quarter. I think the Tridents have started to find their feet a little bit, and as long as the deficit stays at 2 for them, then you would expect to see them try and make a real fist of this last quarter.
So Dutoy in the corner. Just happy to soak up time as we tick away these last few seconds of the third quarter. And that will do it. So another goalless quarter between these two sides. So it's still a 2-goal buffer to the team wearing the orange and black. That is the Hauraki Mavericks, who lead 2-0 with 15 to play. Jacob Suchun and Simon Child, the goal scorers. So what do you do now if you're Bryce Collins, the coach of the Tridents?
Well, they're in a position now where they really have to try and
attack,
force the play a little bit. So you would expect to see them pressing pretty aggressively and trying to make the Mavericks play with the ball. And
that was the only really meaningful opportunity in this third quarter, and it fell to Panchia here. Saved by Bezaden Note. Did a good job to scramble it clear for the Tridents. But yeah, you really think they need to throw caution to the wind?
Yep. Well, there's no point not asking the question, so I think you'll see them do that in this last quarter. They will have a bit of a crack. They may try to be a little more attacking in the way they outlet, maybe trying to push players up the field a little bit more, get them into attacking positions. Certainly one thing they've looked to struggle with a little bit. When they've broken, they've struggled to get guys forward quickly, so the attacks they've often got a little bit isolated, the guys that have got forward with the ball. So I mean, they need to get more numbers up there, otherwise it's going to be pretty tough for them to put any real pressure on what is a very solid Mavericks defence.
They have been super solid, haven't they? Don't forget, it's 7 o'clock. In a moment and 50 minutes, we have our second match today. It is the Falcons up against the Alpiners, the Lower North Island team against the entire South Island. And again, we've got two quality teams there. They've got plenty of Black Sticks players in those two teams as well. And looking forward to seeing what shape they'll be in for match day number 1. Northern Tridents get it underway. The last quarter of this contest, they trail 2-0. The team from the north. The majority of these players from the North Harbour region, the reigning NHL champions. In fact, they've won it twice in the last 3 years. That was pretty slick skills there from Greentree getting out of trouble. He keeps it going, Connor Greentree. Oh, yes, that's how to do it. And he's flicked it on nicely. But
yeah, he did pretty well there. Hauraki had him lined up really nicely for that turnover, and Greentree just did enough. Keep the ball out of his reach.
Mitch Haid. Now Lala, who switched over to the right-hand side for the meantime.
Sort of basic heroes, which are just not going to help the Tridents. Finally get into a good attacking position, and then just a little harmless mistrap onto the foot.
Yeah, no, to be. And now comes Jared Panchia. Downfield comes Iswa near the edge of the circle. Free hit just outside the circle. Panchia to the baseline, and no whistle. It's going to be Trident's ball. Everyone was waiting for a whistle there, Lincoln.
Yeah, they were. Panchia was looking for it, and yeah, I mean, you could have. There've been penalty corners given for far less, but equally, you've probably got a case for arguing why it might not have been one.
Now Woods, here's Simon Child on this one. Oh, he just needed to dish it there, baby, to Hauraki, who was storming through the centre. And Child will win a free hit on the edge of the circle again.
There was still one of those ones before for Jared. If it happened outside the circle, I'm sure he would have got a free hit, but inside the circle, the stakes being a bit higher, umpire just a little more reluctant to give a penalty corner for it.
Well, Tridents blow got to be composed to clear it, and they have done so, but Fraser takes it. And now Woods.
Mavericks will just look to try and goal here, put this game to bed.
Oh, that's good skill. What a steal there from Kieran O'Connor. We touched on his pace earlier. He's made a run forward here. Now O'Connor into the circle. This is looking good for the Tridents. That last touch just eludes him. And the Mavericks survive once more.
Yeah, I made the comment earlier that the one thing the Tridents haven't done very well is got guys forward ahead of the ball. And on that occasion, again, it was Kieran O'Connor who actually did that. So after making the initial intercept and finding a pass, he absolutely just powered it forward. And May got himself into a good position to receive it again. Something nearly came of it.
I'll keep your eye on Kieran O'Connor. He made the steal in the first place. Greentree's coming into the game nicely, but he's lost it. Good tackle there from Suchun, who's had good moments in this game too, hasn't he? Scored the first goal.
He's had some good moments, Suchun. What a pass.
Oh, that's a great pass. Child, wow. You'd expect him to do a little bit better to control that one, Lincoln. He knows he should have done better.
Yeah, I think by the end of this weekend's games, you won't see him miss a trap like that. Such a good pass, almost like it took him by surprise.
Lala, whoops.
So that was risky.
Stealing it, Wyndham Smith. They have it back again through Edwards.
There's only one guy on your team you'd want to be throwing that horrible, soft, slow pass to the reverse stick of, and that's Steve Edwards. Somehow recovered it.
Now, this is going to be inside the circle for the Tridents. Here's a big opportunity again. It just doesn't quite fall for them. I just need a bit of luck with a couple of those little nudgy bounces. Muir.
Yeah, they just need a touch of class on the end of it, and it was on that occasion in a great position there, Richmond Lum, but just wasn't able to get anything threatening to happen on the end of it.
I want the free hit taken quickly.
Trident's starting to run out of time here.
Yeah, they really need one now, don't they? Another free hit won by the Tridents. Into the circle. Oh. It's gone harmlessly over the sideline. Can you believe that?
Didn't have very good balance on the circle there, the Tridents. Too many guys in and around the spot, so...
Yeah, they didn't fill the space up, did they? Marcus Child. It's good hustle on the ball there by Capizzi, and now he's helped his team come forward again, Muir. It's sneaking in there. Like a little thief was Tim Neild.
Came off the bench, that's where he came from. Flew off the sideline and won the ball.
Oh, here comes O'Connor again. Anytime he's in and around the ball, look out. He's going to ask questions all weekend. 2 more games to come, of course, for each of these two teams.
Tell you what, the overhead completion rate, I mean, it's never been a statistic in hockey, but if it was one, Nick Woods has thrown that many overheads that have gone straight to his guys' sticks. You don't usually see that in hockey that much. Outstanding piece of outletting from him. He just keeps picking off people in front of him.
He's having a very strong game, isn't he? Nick Woods, the captain today for the Hauraki Mavericks, himself a very experienced player, Olympian from 2016, and of course a silver medalist at the Commonwealth Games for the Black Sticks. Here he is wearing 15 and in possession right now.
Yeah, local lad, grew up not too far from here.
Now, Aaron Panchia. Tridents need something to happen now with only 8 minutes to play. Trail by 2-0. Holbrook fires it back to Haid. And now Lala. Kingston. Somehow needs to thread the needle through 3 players. And he can't. Now the Mavericks come forward. Of course, this third goal might seal it. No, it's going to be Trident's ball, and now they have space on the left.
Gee, that was a pretty good opportunity there for Curley. A very good pass by Wyndham Smith into the circle, but just that first touch letting him down.
Xavier Guy out there and playing higher up the pitch than what he was in the first half in that offensive line. Now, what's the official decided here? The umpire. It's going to be a Trident's free hit. And another one. Now, what's being decided here by the umpire? It's still free hit for the Tridents.
I think Nickel didn't like something he was seeing off the ball there between Fraser and might be Capizzi in there. A little bit of argy-bargy.
Tridents struggling on that right edge. They get something to cook up. With 6:40 to go. Still no goal since the end of the first quarter. Lala goes direct this time. Good pass. Attempt to tackle from Fraser's no good. Now there's a chance in the circle. And finally a penalty corner.
Yeah, I think it was Robbie Capizzi there. Did very well. Good receipt, good strength on the ball. Stayed robust. Won his side of penalty corner. Good pick by Lala as well. I was just about to comment how the Mavericks defence not looking too troubled when the Tridents outlet the ball high up the pitch, but Lala able to unpick them with a good pass.
Yeah, it was good work, wasn't it? Into the circle there by Robbie Capizzi. 24 years of age, and now let's see if they can execute this. This is only the second penalty corner of the game, folks. Both have been won by the Tridents.
Let's see what they come up with here.
It's now or never, really. There's the drag flick, but it's been crashed away, successfully defended by the Mavericks. Here's a chance again for Capizzi. Keeper saves it, that's Hayward. Appeals for another penalty corner. It's gone in! What a cracking shot!
And so there's a little bit of a question mark about this. It was a player standing right in front of Leon Hayward, and the Mavericks players claiming it's hit the body of the player on the way to goal. You might see it here on the replay. Not that the umpire's going to have that benefit, and I think that's I think that has deflected off him.
Let's have a look here. This might be a better angle. Oh, yes. Clipped the heels there, didn't it, of Capizzi, I think.
I mean, it's and the umpires look like they've got that one right. I mean, Capizzi's life would have flashed before his eyes there. I don't think he really saw that shot was about to come, and he found himself standing right in the firing line. Did everything he could to get out the way.
Well, so no goal. No goal.
And not a single voice of complaint from the Tridents team when that decision was made, indicating that it was probably the right one.
Panchia, what a great pass. Now the Mavericks looking to strike back, and they've won a penalty corner. Just came off the heels there of one of the Tridents players. But a lovely burst down the right from Jared Panchia, who's been quite dominant down that side on attack in this game.
Muir just offering a little bit of advice to the umpire there. He's been a good umpire advisor this game, George Muir. He's been not short of a few suggestions.
Well, all good captains are like that in any sport, Lincoln.
Exactly right. And, this would be a real sucker punch for the Tridents. They were, in a sense, they were millimetres away from scoring had the ball not just clipped. It didn't really deviate that much. It was probably going in. It just happened to clip the heel of Robbie Capizzi, and then less than 15 seconds later, they're defending a penalty corner, which should seal the match if it goes in.
So Panchia is going to trap it. That's Dutoy. Saved by the keeper. It's still there. And it's scrambled away by the Tridents.
And Simon Child again, I think there. He can't believe he's missed that. It's just one of the things when he looks at the replay is he might think, did I try and hit that too hard? Because if he had have connected, I think that would have landed on Victoria Street.
Exactly. Well, Lincoln, maybe don't watch the replay, Simon Child. Here's Dutoy. But the scoreboard pressure is definitely in their favour at the moment as Simon Child comes into the circle again. And it's another penalty corner.
And good bit of skill from Child there on the baseline. Maybe a slightly soft call, but against Mitch Hayde there. Mitch Hayde's going to offer some suggestions as well. Tough for a defender that when the ball's sort of lifted in the air, it's very hard to time your challenge right. So it often can look worse than it is when there's a little bit of a stick noise.
Let's have a look as Marcus Child's going to deliver again. It's Panchia traps, and there's Dutoy. And there is the goal. No, it came off the foot there.
Yeah, it's at Ishwar's foot.
Yes, just before Simon Child put it in. And the Tridents burst downfield quickly here. Player open, it's Mortimer. Couldn't get the touch on it, though.
Yeah, good positioning from Hayward, just making sure he covered that thread off by where he was set. Good end-to-end stuff here. So go from chances. Ball going in the net twice, but coming off feet just beforehand.
Yeah, it's been a good quarter of hockey so far, but no goals. Scoreboard and the clock now really the enemy of the Tridents. It's come off a Tridents player stick. I think that might be Ulrich there. Really just got to give it a crack now. They have a chance through Mortimer. Oh, straight to that Mavericks player. Free hit to the Mavericks, just outside the defensive circle.
Sense that Kieran O'Connor could have done a little bit more with that little gift he got from the Mavericks there. Jared Panchia and Marcus Child almost running into each other.
Oh, good tackle. Beautifully tackled there from Kingston.
Jeez, he'd have a high tackle count today, Kim Kingston.
Muir crashes it in, but it's going to be a green card to Simon Child, who's coming from the field. It's taken quickly by Muir into the circle. Well, it's going to be 2 minutes on the sidelines for Simon Child.
Real shame, actually, to see a card. It might have been the first time in the history of hockey that a match at this level went the entire distance without a card there, and Nickel just had to go and ruin it by giving out a green with a few minutes left.
Well, the only blessing is that Simon Child or the Mavericks will finish the game with the full complement of 11, but they'll only have a minute left before that happens.
Yeah, I think barring a miracle here, this is going the way of the Mavericks. The Tridents they'll have to pounce on this very next opportunity.
Well, they have to get the ball back, don't they? Super fast. As Sarakaya comes forward. And Sarakaya, again, just happy to soak up those seconds. Put the Mavericks down a player, but they're in control on the scoreboard.
Yeah, good experience from Sarakaya there. I mean, the opportunity was there, but to perhaps crash that ball into the circle, but he chose just to run it into the corner and chew up another 20 seconds. It's a very good tackle there by Fraser.
Wasn't it?
On Lum.
Yeah, Fraser has it here. Xander Fraser.
Minute 40 on the clock.
And the Mavericks have the ball. Well, the Tridents need to get the ball back somehow. Mortimer trying to put pressure here on Aaron Panchia. That's eluded O'Connor. And it's going to be Mavericks ball with 1:20 to go. A pretty professional performance in the second half here by the Mavericks. Okay, the opportunities, Lincoln, haven't maybe presented themselves, but they've defended very well, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been very, very calm on the ball at the back. So, you know, you've got the likes of Aaron Punch here and Nick Woods controlling the game at the back. It's makes life a bit easier for you.
Mortimer coming forward, but again, a timely stick. Gets it back in possession of the Mavericks. And it is Nick Woods who's hardly put a foot wrong. In fact, he really hasn't put a foot wrong in this game at all.
Yeah, strong performance from Nick Woods. He very good on the ball, very reliable. Got an assist for the second goal.
His passing's been very good, hasn't it, too? Been very accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it's some of the moments he's produced have just been those little bits of class that you kind of need to open a game up, and that's probably where the Tridents have just let themselves down a little bit, just haven't quite had the quality at the key moments.
So the Mavericks in possession with these last few seconds ticking away. Suchun, who got the first goal. Simon Child back out there now after his green card. But it is a very polished start to the Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League for the team in the orange and the black. Technically the home team. It's the Hauraki Mavericks with 2 goals in the first quarter. Good enough to go on and win this match by 2-0.
Yeah, and certainly you'd say on the balance of that, that's the right result. I think there'll be no complaints about that. Pretty solid performance, as you mentioned, by the Mavericks. And yeah, be back to the drawing board a little bit for the Tridents as they try and regroup for Saturday's match. But I'm sure we'll see them do that.
So Suchun got the first goal inside the first minute. That really set the tone for the game for the Mavericks. And then Simon Child got the second goal just before the end of the first quarter. And that ended up being good enough for them to go on and score the win. A very comprehensive performance from them. And we touched on the performance there through the match of Nick Woods, who did a superb job captaining the team today and really did a very good job in controlling things for the Hauraki Mavericks. So there we are. We'll be back to wrap up this game in just a moment here from the Gallagher Hockey Centre here in Hamilton.
A new home is one of life's great adventures. Sentinel will help you enjoy the journey. Sentinel Homes. Design, build, enjoy.
Introducing the new Ford Escape ST Line X. Packed with the latest features so you can get moving, do more and go further. Now available with the Ford Assured Future Value Finance offer. Simply pick your payment plan and at the end of the term, choose if you want to keep your Ford Escape, return your Ford Escape or upgrade to a new Ford. Easy. Ford. Bring on tomorrow.
Well, welcome back to Hamilton. We've just seen the Hauraki Mavericks beat the Northern Tridents by 2-0 in the first men's match of the 2020 Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League. Let's get down to Lincoln Churchill, who's got the losing captain first with him, George Muir.
Well, hard luck, commiserations, George. Tough match out there. So you boys fought pretty hard, though, throughout the game?
Yeah, cheers. I guess we probably suffered from a little bit of first game-itis. We came out and we're playing some all right hockey, but both circles were letting us down and let in a couple of, probably when we look at it, soft goals to start with, and I think we were just a little bit more gritty in the circle. We probably could have stopped those. Then it's a whole different game.
Yeah, they were certainly pretty quick out of the gate, so is that something you'll look to try and tidy up for the next few days?
Yeah, definitely. The calibre of their strikers and midfield, we knew they'd do that, and we know this Premier League's going to be full of good hockey, tactical hockey as well, so it's going to come down to either end in the circle. So if we can just be a little bit better there, I think the midfield play and the play that we had during the game was all right. So if we can keep building from that, we'll do well. Yeah,
well, you've been encouraged a little bit how the second half went.
Yeah. I think we were able to put a bit more pressure on them in the first quarter. I think we were just a little like a step off the pace, and we started putting more pressure on them, getting some turnovers, some counter-attack hockey, which is our game.
Yeah, and fantastic moustache, I must say.
Thank you. Have a Movember.
Well, Victoria's captain Nick Woods, good day out for the boys?
Yeah, bloody good. It's good to get two off the start and then put it to bed as soon as we could. Pretty happy with the way the guys went. A few tweaks and we'll be good for Saturday.
Yeah, it must be interesting for you. I mean, you've been obviously a Midlands boy your life, and now you're playing with a lot of the Auckland guys.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much like the Southern Districts hockey team plus Zander and then the Midlands are. So it's pretty good, and the linking doesn't seem to be too bad. Pretty happy.
Yeah, do you think that helped your continuity? A lot of guys playing a lot together?
Oh, definitely. You can see it as the way that we sort of build up in the midfield, that we have that sort of half sense about where the guy is, and if we can look to link forward one more layer, I think we'll be away laughing against these two teams next time.
Yeah, well done. Good to see the home team get off a good start. Good luck for the weekend.
Thanks, Link. Cheers.
There we are. That is Nick Woods with the nice win for the Mavericks. So 2-0. The Tridents actually had more shots on goal there, 2-1. That's interesting. And, of course, the penalty corners, well, the Mavericks did have one, didn't they? But in the end, it was a pretty tidy performance from them. Just the one card in the game with the green card to Simon Child. But in the end, probably enough for the Tridents there to take into their next match, which is coming up on Saturday. So there we are, folks. 2-0 to the Mavericks in the first game of the Sentinel Homes Premier Men's Hockey League for 2020. But stay with us. We've got our second game not too far away. It's in 25 minutes, and that starts very soon between the Falcons and the Alpiners. So we look forward to your company on Sky Sport Next very shortly.
The Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League is proudly brought to you by Hockey New Zealand in association with Sentinel Homes, Vantage Windows and Doors, Computer Concepts Limited, Sky Sport, your home for hockey, and Sport New Zealand.